Perfect. Alright, we're live. Well, not live, but we're recording. Alright, let's do this. Alright, welcome, gamers. Welcome back. I don't know, whatever. Hold on. There, that's better. Alright, so welcome. Oh my god, hold on. Is that going to be good? Are we going to have no fits? Alright, we're good. So welcome back to Operation Octo. This is going to be a long episode, if you've probably already seen, and the reason why, and most of you might not be into this, but I'm going to finally read this entire manual on camera. And I know that sounds boring for some of you, but I mean, it's just something that I've always really wanted to do. It's something that I wanted to do for Plants vs. Zombies Almanac, and I never got around to it yet, so we're doing it here, and okay, well, that's a 3-day charge. Damn. And as you can see, I've edited a bunch of this stuff off camera. Well, maybe a little, but not much. God, I don't even know where we can put this, to be honest. Yeah, where can we put this? Here, maybe, but... Block you, I don't know. But yeah, we're not going to do any graveyard. Just showing you my progress in it. Actually, hold on. There was something that I did notice that got problematic. Was it here? No, it's not you. It's no. Actually, yeah, it is you. You have caused me a lot of headaches. And these guys? Yeah, they're fine. Alright. There, I got that right away. But we're reading this whole manual. Hold on, is the volume lower than normal? I don't know. It sounds lower to me, though. It's weird. Hold on. Can I check the settings real quick before we begin this officially? Ah, that's why. It still sounds quite quiet. Anyway, let's get right into these. So if you're wearing my face cam's bigger, it's just so you can like see the whole reaction bit of it. All right, everything seems to be in order. Let's get started with this. This is going to be, very, very interesting. Just making sure the mic is loud enough, because I tried checking there, but it's kind of impossible. So one last final. Yeah, mic's at full blast. Alrighty. Good, great. You can hear me. I can't check anymore at the same time, because I have to literally use my window share instead of like my screen share when I'm trying to record this game. I don't know why it won't let me. Every time I try, like, go the window thing and be like, you can capture... No, go like... Is it display? Yeah, I was right, it was window. Because whenever I go to the window capture, it's like, you can capture the game, but all I'm capturing is just the OBS frozen screenshot of what I'm doing. And that's probably not going to be good enough for recording. So I just always now utilize display capture, and that's why I have my second monitor here checking over my shoulder 24/7. Alright, let's get started. Okay. So, the way this is going to work is I'm going to read through all these. Just one at a time. And then we're going to switch it up to the skeletons when we get past all of the turrets. And of course, I'll even be reading these out because, as you can notice, they have a bit of changes. Alright. Just so you know, I'll read the whole description. So if this is a boring video than you, then tune in tomorrow, because I'm finally going to tomorrow be attempting, hopefully, there will be a attempt or like a completion video of it. We're going to be attempting the 3-5. No stun, no damage achievement. Which is going to be a lot. I can feel. It's going to be tough. And I'm not doing that today because my dad's here and it's a holiday, so, it just seemed like a good opportunity to get this out of the way. Alright, enough stalling. Let's do this. Pistol Shrimp. Toughness, average. Damage, average. Range, medium. Shoots large jets at nearby skeletons. Costs 50 pearls. A practical turret equipped with pressurized captivation pistol. Intended for kicking skeleton butts. Cannot spark up balls or boil water. Savvy. Uses of this instrument as a flashlight. Or heater are ill-advised. Also cannot regenerate claw. Do not eat. What the okay, I go strong. What the hell? What? It's immediately being like, hey, this is a turret. This is a cannon. This is not used for a battery. You cannot eat this thing, even though it literally has shrimp in the name. Oh my god. Alright, so it's the same toughness, same damage, same range. Only difference is it costs 10 to upgrade, and it slows down skeletons with its attack. Alright, how's that fair to you? Alright, same toughness, damage, and range, but instead it fires 3 spray water jets at once. Same upgrade cost as the, oh, it's Frost. It won't actually tell me. It doesn't actually have, like, a change in the name. That would be actually really a creative idea. Or at least tell me, like, a Frost upgrade or something like that. Instead of just saying upgrade. But, I get it. You got a lot on your plate. It's fine. I'm just being a little nitpicky. That's all. Alright, this one's double, being at 20. This one has a main difference of toughness being cannot be hurt. Same range. Same damage. Sorry. All skeletons explore this turret and walk through it, but it costs 20. So it's like doubly upgrade. That's why I've always been like, the Ghostly is one of the best ways to go for it. It can't slow down though, or do like 3 times as much damage technically, because it's like spread out, but still really good. I don't recommend putting the Ghostly or the Hollow Elixir, because like, don't we have Frost and the Mutant? Yeah, Frost, Mutant, and then Hollow, I think is what we got. I think it's always better like either go with Frost or Mutant for the Pistol Shrimp, just because there's so much better stuff I'd rather do with the Hollow. Like the Clam or the CLAM. Clam. Alright, what do we got for here? Toughness, bulky. How much is that different? Oh my god, that's a lot different. How many ratings are there then for toughness? I don't know. Maybe someone can build a chart when we're done with looking through all these. Oh, that still counts as bulky, even though it's like less bulky. Interesting. Alright, what do you got? Toughness, bulky. Produces pearls for you to collect and purchase turrets with. Shares some damage with you when hurt. Costs 60 pearls. Oh my god, they read out the acronym. Carbonite layering admixaton mechanism is your fortune resource. I'm never going to remember any of those words. Oh my lord. Is your frontline resource distributor. They convert and store energy inside pearls. Pod of electrolyte and refined lithium. Oh my god. Another one I'm never going to remember. That charge up combat turrets and are aesthetically pleasing as a bonus. Okay, this is actually cool. We get a bit of like lore to tell us how like the turrets work. Upon sustaining damage, a surge of electrical leaks out of Clam's storage tank and takes a path of least resistance straight to a nearby pearl carrier. That being you. Oh my god! They fucking explained why it hurts me! That's so cool! Dev, that... Applaud to the dev. That is incredible that you actually explain that. That's cool. I've never actually seen a game do that before. Actually, like, explain to you how that works. Or, I don't know, maybe Plants vs. Zombies did that, but I've never read it. If they do that, then I'll give you the benefit of the doubt of that. But, damn, that's awesome. What's this one? What's the frost upgrade? Instantly gives you 30 pearls upon upgrade. Slows down skeleton attackers upon contact. Slows down skeleton attackers upon contact. Okay, I think you could reword that a little better, but I do understand what it means. Alright, cost 0 to upgrade. Alright, how about the mutants? Same level of bulkiness for all these? Yep, same level of bulkiness. Only difference is it regenerates health on its own, produces bigger pearls, and it costs 0. Okay, so it's like 30 upon. So it's like 2 big ones, because a big pearl is worth 30. Alright, pretty bow with the good upgrades. Only difference mainly is between long term, mutant's gonna be better, but then again, like the frost slows down any attackers. What about this one for the hollow? Upon taking damage, turns ghostly for a while. Alright, upgrade costs 40. Function idea by Creeps 20. Cool. You know, I really do not play a lot with the hollow clam. That's just because the hollow elixir is just so good. Oh my god, I love the little wind-up crank. That's so cute. Wait, I should be paying attention to all these looks. Like, ooh, look at the ice here. The triple quad cannon. No, the tri-cannon. And look at the eye. Like, that is so good. That is so cool. I love the little wind-up crank here, though. That's so cute. It gives me, like, that Five Nights at Freddy's type feel with, like, how creepy it is. I love it. I also got, like, applaud. Creeps 20. Great function idea. I love that idea. I wish I would use it more, but like I said, totally would. I would love to do an entire thing where it was nothing but these for the hollow potions, but sometimes it's just like a death sentence doing that. But still, fantastic idea. I mean, first time I saw that, I wanted to use the hollow elixir on nothing but these clams. Awesome idea. Alright, bumperfish, bulky. Not as strong as the clam. Protects your turn by deflecting back enemy projectiles. Bumps you away if you stay inside bumperfish for too long. I do notice that. Costs 35 pearls. Alright. Having served as safety airbags inside submersibles? I think that's what it says. Bumperfish are now redeployed outside to continue their safeguard duty. They never had a place in pilot cabins anyways. There's not much traffic in the water, and there's no chance for collision as long as you don't hand a wheel to a barnacle. What? How'd that even work? If you don't want them on the field job, they might get a full-time position as your chewing gum. Wouldn't that hurt? Wouldn't that hurt your teeth? I'm not sure that's such a good idea. Alright, what's the frost upgrade? Oh, damn! Actually, the toughness is really much bigger than normal clam. Yeah, look at this. We go to extreme toughness. Slows down skeletons upon a contact. Oh, that's so cool. Look at it. It's almost like a Yeti. Ooh. I know I should be, like, going through all the looks of all these, but I mean... God, if I did that all day, then if I did that, we'd just be here all day. Oh my god, I just noticed. Look how he opens. That's so clever, because, like, that's the effect. That's so clever. Alright, we got for Mutant. I love his little spikes. Alright, so he's the same bulkiness, but he regenerates health on his own. Deflects melee damage as well. Costs 20 to upgrade. Okay, so this one was free, but this one costs 20 to upgrade. Cool. I love how he looks like a little punk rocker. So cool. And then the hollow is like a little disco ball. Same bulkiness, regenerates health, so it's like the same as the mutant, but the main damage is, upon taking damage, turns ghostly for a while. Oh, I never realized that! And the other thing is you can stay inside hollow bumper indefinitely. Costs 0 to upgrade. Art idea by that one imposter guy, GVO. I love this design. This is probably one of my all-favorite designs I've ever seen in the game. I love the little, like, mini disco ball inside. Look at the skull on this one, like the little horn, how it's like the light, the bumper is like actually like the light reflections off the disco. That's so cool. You can see the whole skeleton too. That's so cool. Alright, this one's an easy one. Blobfish. Single use, disappears after use. Damage is deadly. Whoa. I just realized that's the maximum damage is deadly. That does make sense, because doesn't it, yeah, it like instant kills every skeleton. I'm sure though later that there is going to be some skeletons that will not be instant killed by blobfish, because PvZ, I don't want to make too many comparisons, but I mean, most people are comparing it to PvZ anyway, so that's just what I'm going to keep doing. And also, considering that this is such a great turn defense game, and that's like my favorite all-time turn defense game, just my favorite of all-time game in general, always. And the only thing that's ever beaten it was the remastered. It's just what I'm always going to be saying. But if we've learned anything from them, it's that the Gargantuars can take 2 hits, and the Giga Gargantuar takes 4 hits of squash, which squash is like blobfish in comparison. It's like it can instant kill any zombie that always walks over it. So I have a feeling there's going to be some skeletons. They're either going to get some really strong armor or going to be like Giga skeletons somehow, and are going to take 2 attacks of blobfish to die. If that's not a thing that you're already planning on doing, think about doing that, because that would actually be really sick. Alright, range is short. Yeah, that is fair. Some of these don't even have any range on them, which makes sense because they just like, it's all about that contact. Alright. Immediately explodes and kills all skeletons around it. Gives you a large pearl for every skeleton blown up. I feel like you could change that wording later. Again, if you're, gonna make some skeletons that are gonna be super beefy. Cost 60 pearls. Originally a good-looking device designed for deep-sea exploration with a built-in system to counteract high pressure. Oh, it blew up before we got remotely close to the intended depth. Oh no. This was a device for deep-sea exploration? It's supposed to counteract high pressure? But that's crazy, all the lore we're getting. It blew up before we got remotely close to the intended depth. Made for catastrophic research Made for a catastrophic research tour. Blobfish now been repurposed into specialized bombs. Yeah. That's cool, though. Like, the lore behind why you would have a thing that does this. That's cool. Alright, Bolt Eel. Toughness is average. Okay, so you guys have the same toughness. Oh! Harmless? They are not harmless. Okay, so it's like half the damage? Maybe like 1/3 or like 75% of the damage. Or maybe like 1/3 or like half the damage. Yeah, it's probably like half the damage. Harmless. So that's probably why they're always saying like do 2 boiled eels, because it's like the same amount as a pistol shrimp. But the thing is, the chaining attack, I think, makes it so much more valuable, which is probably why it costs like only slightly less than pistol shrimp. Which again is like the main reason I don't use pistol shrimp, because a pistol shrimp can just give me the same amount of damage only by that small deduction. Why bother using pistol shrimp? Because I can chain attacks. Like, look at PvZ, like 2, for example. One of my all-time favorite plants in that game is Choose Lightning Reed, and I don't play the game anymore, like, at all. I mean, I went back to it just about a week ago, just because I missed the boss fights, but they ruined it, because the main issue with that game is once you start leveling up your plants, either the game starts to really build up in difficulty, or it gets way too easy, and that's what happened for the boss fights for me. So it ruined the boss fights. So now I only watch people play the game, and I don't play it anymore. And I turn off my notifications for it, because I'm sick of being notified for the Pinata Party. And I hate the Pinata Party, and I hate all the upgrades, and I want to play the, like, original gameplay. Like Vase Breaker, and, like, all the Endless, and just, like, the, you know, the replacing of the turrets and not having to worry about, like, leveling up. I hate the leveling up mechanic. But I love the upgrade mechanic on this game. I love it. That's so clever how to, like, break that cycle. Keep up that great work. But, yeah, Lightning Reed would always be, like, just 25% more than a normal pea shooter. And it had, like, the same damage. But the thing is, it could chain. And it would always be so overpowered. Because one lane of all that, and I could instantly, like, just take out everything. 2 lanes... You are God. You are God if you had 2 lanes with Lightning Reed. You are God. They kind of, like, fixed that, though, unfortunately. I saw in PvZ3. Which is a shame, because, like, before I loved it, but now it's like, oh, they rebalanced it, so it's not useful anymore. Or just, like, it's not as useful without the fusion mechanics for it. I don't play PvZ3. I don't have access to it, but I do see certain YouTubers play, and it's like, you know, it's interesting, but I just don't think they got the fusion idea right and everything. So yeah, this is my sense of, like, the chaining lightning attacks and why you always use Bolt Heal. Like, this is the best way to balance Lightning Reed, I think. So good job with that. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. Range medium? Oh, it's the same range too, but the only difference is the damage. So yeah. Shoots weak lightning bolts that chain between multiple targets close to each other. Lightning chains shows through darkness. What? Okay, that was probably added in later. That's cool. The lightning chain shows through the darkness? Is that why I've always getting the extra splash of, like, lighting? That's cool. That's really neat. Hold on, I gotta actually test that later. That's really neat. I'm taking a hold. I gotta see if that's true. I actually want to see that in action. I want to see that in action. That's cool. Costs 45 pearls. Technically non-eel due to all of its mechanical components. However, Bolt Eel is a certified eel at heart. Hold on, can I move this over, please? Don't break. Okay, good. Just a little tilted on my end. Just a little tilted. Alright. Certified eel at heart. It loves to catch its breath of fresh air, curl up in a cozy cave, and watch other creatures swim side by side. Also, I grabbed a real eel and uploaded its consciousness into this thing's neural chip. So that's that. That does make sense when you think about it. That's so cool. A little cozy cave. Oh, I love that. Curl up into a cozy cave. That reminds me of this one like fish tower defense game they tried to do, but I think this one's way better in comparison. I don't know if it takes inspiration from it. I mean, it might in certain ways than others, but yeah, I don't remember its name. Like, the cozy cave, that's so cute. What is he doing? Is he sipping hot chocolate in there? Is he reading a little book? Oh, that's cute. Alright, what do we got for the frost upgrade? Same stats, except it slows down skeletons with its attack, and the upgrade cost is 40. Oh, look at the teeth and everything. I love the little bolts here, but then you go over here and it's like a frost bolt, and then you get a little tail, and like, look at his little horn, his little fur. It's such a good look. I do understand why it costs so much, just because it's like nearly double damage when you think about it, because of the frost effect. So that Chain of Negder would be really sweet, but you know, sometimes, as nice as it is, there's just been, like, other useful turrets, like the Collector down here, we get to it, that just seem to give us the frost effect that much better. If anything, the best way to describe this would be, imagine Bolt Heal was a watermelon. You know, a melon pult from PvZ1. And then you upgrade it to Wintermelon. That's practically what I bet she was thinking of when she did this. Oh, the damage is more here? Oh yeah, the damage is slightly more. average damage. Okay, so now it's the same stats as Pistol Shrimp. It costs 30 to upgrade. And it chains, and even better, attack chains between more skeletons at a greater distance apart. So, basically, 75, you get a Pistol Shrimp that can chain attack. That's pretty sweet. I love the extra little things on there. Look at the stitches. The mutants really, like, the upgrades really do what they say for looks of how to upgrade them and everything. Like, look at this. Like, this mutant definitely looks like a mutant. Like, it looks like some sort of Frankenstein-looking beast with all the extra stuff attached to it. Like, that's so cool. Bolt Eel, ghostly form. Hollow. Okay, so it looks like it's the same damage, same range. Ghostly is the only difference here. All skeletons doors turret and walk through it. Cost is 10 pearls. Okay, well, I guess that makes sense considering, like, how not much more useful it would be in comparison. It's just that it couldn't get attacked. But they wouldn't really be good unless you had, like, 2 of them. So that's probably why it only costs 10 pearls to upgrade. Our idea by Silvio Off Topic. Oh, man, I love this idea. You know, it reminds me of a bit. Hold on. Great art. It reminds me a bit of like A Hat in Time, with like God, what is it? What is the mask? The you know, the animal mask. What is it? The worshipper mask? No, that's not. It's God, what is it called? Alright, well, sorry about that little break there. My mom is, leaving. I said, like, this whole thing is going to be, like, unedited, so that's why I'm just trying to apologize for that. Hopefully that things like that don't happen again, and, yeah. I'm just gonna tell her just so that I don't have to do it. Don't forget to lock the door. But let me try and think of that mask. What is that mask? When is that mask? When is that mask? What is that mask? Some traveler mask? No, it's hold on, let me look up that hat. It's all a hats from a hat. Oh, in hat time. Spirit hat? No, sprinting hat, brewing hat, time stop. Dweller's mask! God, I knew it was on the tip of my tongue. That's what this reminds me of. The Dweller's mask. Like, that's, especially with, like, hey, you look at the eye here and how it glows at you. That's so good. And then they just, like, turn the whole thing into, like, some sort of, like, spirit ghost entity. That's such a awesome look. I honestly love the artwork in this game. I would, like, for PvZ 2 and how they, like, have their skins and hats and stuff not. I don't see many of them, but it would be so sick if we got, like a certain look like this. And, like, we could give, like, this one would be so cool to have more skins for it. If that's ever a thing. And just so you know, developer, if you're watching, I absolutely, definitely, always, 100% get every sort of DLC. So if you have a skin pack or anything like that, let me know. And I will probably purchase it firsthand. Without any questions. Even for the most ludicrous price of just like a single skin for $5. I'll do it. I'm not kidding you. All right, what's next? Turret clam. All right, it's stronger than the normal one. Interesting. All right, toughness is extreme. Is there anything with that same toughness? Oh, interesting. It's less than the bumperfish. Frost, okay. Deep slumber. Stays knocked out for a longer time. Oh, for a long time. Okay. That's a new one. We have not yet seen a point where we had to use the pearls for it. So I feel like this is a bit of a foreshadow for later to tell us that that will become a thing later. Huh. Alright. Produces turns for you to collect to and place down for free. Costs 150. Cal physical located armament manufacturer is the most... Oh, what? Wait a minute. Oh my god, it's a different acronym. That's cool. Is the most efficient delivery service for fully charged combat-ready turrets. Due to their convoluted deployment process, turret clams are reserved for special operations and for delivering my pizza orders. Gotta eat them warm. What the frick? You use pizza for this thing? No. That's funny. Don't tell Chica. Muscle Beast. I wonder, though, like I said before, if this is a foreshadow. Let us know that we're gonna later. Because we've already seen that there is a level which you can build clams and purchase them. So I have a feeling... Whoa! Purple has a different meaning because I just realized these two are purple. I thought purple was production. Purple might mean exclusive. Ooh! That's cool. So maybe there's like an exclusive minigame coming down the road that's going to use this. That's so cool, though. Yeah, especially because the plus... Yeah, they're foreshadowing some stuff for damn sure. I have a feeling. Muscle Beast. It has no hollow. Which I wish you had, like, a little arrow. Or, like, just a little tab being, like, has no evolution for. Like, has no upgrade for. Just so that I'm not, like, looking at some, like... not you. Yeah, like, some just... Like, look at... That's just gross. I hate looking at that gap. It makes me always think I'm missing something. Could you please, like, fix that? Or, like, I don't know, have something in the corner being, like, all upgrades found or something like that for now. Just so you can, like, have a sense of clarity of being like, I'm not missing anything. I'm not missing anything. Because I swear I went through every single one of them. Alright, Muscle Beast. Toughness Extreme. You... Oh my god. This is the most... toughness we've seen. Stays knocked out for a long time, which makes sense because of how strong he is. Can take lots of hits. No kidding. Gives you pearls when damaged by skeletons. Cost 60. Clifton Strongham likes pushing his limits. What? No pain, no gain is his motto. He gathered up his life savings to attend our special fitness program. He'll pay for pearls for giving him a workout. He'd pay extra if he passed out from exhaustion. Wait, what? Wait, am I getting that Muscle Beast has a name? His name is Clifton Strongarm? Or is that like his mentor or something? Huh. That is an interesting bit of information to be like why they give you pearls when they get attacked. Maybe that's who he was based off of. I don't know. That's so cool. I love the yellow anchor there. It's so cute. Oh my god. I just realized he has a six-pack. Cool. And little boxer shorts. Clever. When he has other like abs. Look at him. Look at him flex. Look at him flex. Same toughness. Cost 20 upgrade. Produces double the amount of pearls. What? Slows down skeleton attackers upon contact. I had no idea. Double? Wow. Really? I also love how the anchor has been replaced by like what looks like a frost pick slash like a alpine looking tree. Damn, I had no idea he produced double the pearls. That actually gives me like more interesting ideas for how I could utilize him for getting money quicker. For getting the pearl production quicker. That's so cool. Oh. Oh my god, we have maximum toughness. Is extreme, but obviously the bar being maxed out is the most extreme. What's the difference between you? Muscle Beast? I wish they kind of changed the name or like had me or something. I mean, I guess the tab's more enough, but I don't know. I'm just being like so picky with it. Deep Slumber stays knocked out. All right, so you're all staying knocked out. The difference is that he's got more toughness and he regenerates health on its own. Much bulkier than the regular version, but it costs 30 to upgrade. Okay, cool. Look at like his little hammer slash like gong ringer. That's so cool. I also love how like all of them have like the little electricity bolts on the side, and even in like the little shell. That's so cool. Alright, Bubble Parry is a simple one. Single use, disappears after use. Parasitic. Don't think we've gotten our parasitic one yet. So that probably just means... Oh, wait, no, we have. Oh, my bad, man. My bad. But yeah, that just lets you know that they're probably making more of those later, right? Deep Sleeper. Low profile. Do you have low pro... Okay. Alright, I'm looking too far ahead. Alright. Can be placed on our turn. Toughness bulky. Oh, okay. So it's like... Oh, it's just slightly... It's like the same probably toughness or just slightly less than Bumperfish. Yeah, if I'm measuring it like right at the S. And then this was right after. Okay, so it is less toughness than Bumperfish, which is interesting. It's interesting how, like, this is also... Hold on. Is there, like... No. Alright, I was thinking of the Leviathan. No, the Death Ray. It's interesting how, like, the Bubble Parrot is, like, one of the only ones so far, apart from a few others, I guess, that has, like, a sound effect when you look at its bio. Hold on, I gotta make sure the doors are closed. Let's take just a 1 minute break. Alright? I'm glad I did that because the garage door was open. What the fuck? That's actually really bad, guys. My mom She just left because my dad's car, check engine light is on. And if you know from the Big Bang Theory, you should, check the light. But the garage door was open and no one else is here. And we always leave the garage door to like get inside the house always unlocked. So when I heard Cash move around and everything, I was like, why is he moving around? Thankfully, he wasn't barking, so I'm assuming nobody else is here or anything. But that would have been very bad if I did not leave that unchecked. I cannot believe my mom forgot to close the garage door again. This is probably why she's always telling me when we leave to press the fucking button. I had no idea how bad she was at forgetting that. Oh my god. Next time she leaves, I need to check again. That is so scary. That is actually really bad. Like, could you imagine what could have happened? I don't even want to think of that. That's like actual Thief Simulator level status. Oh god. Okay, let's get back on track. Okay. Place on top of our turn to give a protective bubble. If placed on a knocked out turn, wakes it up immediately. See, this is probably another reason you should read the bio. So from now on, whenever we get a new turret, I'm gonna read the bio. I can't say that for Plants vs. Zombies because I already bought every fucking thing in the game. But, yeah, next time we get a new turret, or, I don't know, gadget or whatever, I'm going to read its bio firsthand. Because this actually tells you a lot of useful stuff. So read the bios, guys. Not only are they fun, but they're good info. Costs 15 pearls. Parrotfish aren't real. Oh, okay. They are underwater drones manufactured by humans to monitor our operations. Oh my god. My friend the other day, I kid you not, he said the same fucking thing about pigeons. He's like, they're not real. They're just here to have the government watch over us. I'm like, oh my god. I don't know what you're talking about. Where you get all this info from? Oh, that's funny. I mean, what kind of unintelligent fish learns to talk anyway? Or blow resilient synthesized bubbles? Or, for that matter, I captured and reverse engineered this one for our use. Are you so sure about that? How do you know Bubble Parrot is not watching over us at this very moment? Hmm? That's funny though, that's funny. They're watching us! Always! The birds in their eyes! Polector. Toughness is bulky, range is long. Okay, you have the longest range out of everybody so far. Low profile, that's a new one so far. Ignored by most skeletons. Oh, by most. That's what you meant. Most. I wish you would tell me, maybe it will, I don't know, which skeletons will not ignore you. But, okay, most. Alright, I see why they get hurt sometimes now. I gotcha. Picks up pearls, coins, and elixirs for you. Skeletons will not attack. Most skeletons. Well, not intentionally, I guess you could say. You could say skeletons will not purposely attack it because they will accidentally hit it certain times. Lights up a small vicinity around it. Yeah, we did notice that from the Twilight Zone. I recovered a... Oh, cost 20. I forgot to read that part probably. Cost 20. I recovered a cat statue from a sunken human vessel. Wait, this is a cat? Oh my god, I just saw that actually. When you said that. Oh my god, it is! Look at the little whiskers! Oh my god! He's the cattail of this place. Records indicate that humans believe this statue would bring them money. I know what that's based off. That's based off of like that little Japanese cat, you know, that has the coin. What are those things called? God, what are those things called? I don't know. What are the? Let me know what those things are called. I don't know what they're called. But you know what I'm talking about. You know, you get the little, you know, those. That makes sense why he holds up his his paw. Yeah, like, look over here. That's why he holds up his paw like that. That's so smart. Oh my god, I'm learning so much today, and I haven't even, like, done anything besides reading all these bios. That's so cool. Oh, that is the inspiration behind this new invention. A coin-fetching robotic catfish pet. He's so cute. He's one of my favorite turrets, actually, using the whole game. It sure has made me a fortune when I sold it to you, so I'd say those human legends aren't too far-fetched. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's just a thing. Oh my god. I love the design of this, and I just... Man, hearing that makes me really love the Collector that much more. Oh my god. This might be, like, one of my all-time favorite turrets in the game. And I use it a lot, so... Especially this one. The Collector Frost Edition. Same toughness and range and low profile. Cost 20... Oh, wow. There's two different things for this one. When collecting, slows down all skeletons in range. Slow duration depends on the amount of pearls / and elixirs collected. What do you mean by that? Do you mean it gets more powerful the more it collects on the field? That's actually really cool. That again makes it so much better than the Frost upgrade for Bolteel. That's so cool. I actually really want to know how that works. And someone let me know if it, like, gets stronger, if it gets weaker. That's so cool. Upgrade cost 20. Art idea by Servia, off topic, as well as the function idea. Oh. One of my all-time favorites to use in the game. Like, no brainer. I will instantly want to go for this thing. Oh, look how, like, a little bit of a slush messed up look this one has in comparison. Oh, poor little guy. What's the mutant like? Okay, so he's got extreme toughness, and he's got longer range. Regenerates health on its own. Collects much more efficiently over a larger radius. Oh, I see. That's probably why it costs 0 to upgrade then. Alright, that does make sense when you think about it. I don't know, I feel like it should cost a little by how much you're giving it. I'm not sure why you ever need it to regenerate health on its own, considering the fact that it's going to be ignored by most skeletons, but... if that's what you want to go for, I'm not going to, like, say no. I love the look on this one, how it, like, has, like, double the amount of what it had before, like, its whiskers, and it's, like... Or those, like, sigils? And, like, its little fins in the back. It's so cool. And look at his little ears. Look at his little ears. He's so cute. Well, I think they're back. Okay. Spiky Urchin. I remember you. I mean, you're nice to use, but, you know, you're... Oh, I should have read this. That's actually really good to know. Toughness is bulky, so it's like the same toughness as Bumper. Actually, slightly less. Damage is harmless. It is more than Bolteel, though, funny enough. Range is short, which makes sense, because it's, like, on contact range, basically. Destroyed by skeletons permanently, because it's fragile. I get that. Deterioration. Loses health over time. Deterioration. That's a good word for it. I like that pick. Moves towards nearby skeletons and fights them with spikes. Too short to be hit by passing projectiles. What? Wait, is that true? Huh. Wait. That's interesting. I want to test that, actually. Okay, someone's just, like, making breakfast downstairs. I thought someone was banging on my door or something. That's interesting. That might mean that, like, Spiky Urchin is, like, immune to the cannons and, like, boomerangs and, like, skeletons like that. That's something I gotta test out. Oh, this one's different, too. Look, it's showing us a cooldown of 40 seconds. That's actually really neat to tell us. Oh, this is a longer bio. Alright. My dumb cousin, Huck, once adopted an urchin whom he named Timmy Duran. Timmy Duran? One day, Huck took Timmy out to graze on a whole field of cucumbers. That was the day Huck discovered, to his horror, that sea urchins excrete? Excrete? I don't know how to say that word. From the top. Huck eventually managed to place Timmy upside down on the toilet. What? Why? For evacuating himself out of the burrow. What? Little Timmy died because he couldn't flip back over. But hey, I got this spiky cell out of the incident. What? So this is the shell of the urchins? Or like, based off of the shell? I wish I knew what that word was. What does that word mean? How do you say that? I need to look that up. That's... I don't understand what they're talking about, too, with, like, the whole story with this. Alright, how do you say it? I need to know how you say it. Excrete. Okay. Of a living organism or cell. Okay, but how does it... Shifted out of. Oh. Wait, what? Okay, so you're saying he molted? Why didn't you say molted then? Or like, if you're trying to say go to the bathroom, because apparently that's like another way you could say it. Why didn't you say that? Why must you use like these weird words to make me sound dumb? God, I've never even heard of that word in my life until today. I don't know. Red herring. Wait, red herring? Red herring? Red... No, I think it's red herring. Or red hearing. No, hearing is with an A. I don't know. Whatever. Toughness average. Okay. So you're, that explains why you die so quickly. Yeah, those are the same toughness. Range is long. Fragile, destroyed by skeletons permanently. Deterioration, loses health over time. Really? I did not know that. Temporary, disappears after a while. What? How can you have both deterioration and temporary effects? It's as if you're expecting me to be able to shield this guy in such an impenetrable bubble of parrot bubble and heel snails to make him survive that long, that he would just vanish over time. That's correct. That's weird. I don't know how that would be possible, to be honest. Same cooldown, interestingly enough. Force nearby skeletons to walk towards and attack it. If unable to reach herring, skeletons will attack a close-by turret instead. Oh! Okay, that does make sense when you think about it. Because like I said, the heel snail shield strat, like how you could do that, yeah. Oh, this is another big one. I once invited her Fitch? Yeah, Fitch. To tour my lab on account of his contribution to my research grant and his deliciousness. Okay. I was asking him to examine the inner workings. Oh, right. Because this is probably from the dolphin's perspective. Right. I was thinking of, like, as a human perspective. But I forgot, like, Dr. Flynn is a dolphin. So that's why he said deliciousness, probably. I was asking him to examine the inner workings of my heating chamber when, regrettably, he submissed my true intent. My belly growled a tad bit too audibly. Oh, well, that's embarrassing. Leaning on his sharp wit, he proclaimed that humans were breaking into my lab, which turned out to be a red herring. Okay. Yep, so it is herring. In a panic, I mechanized him into a defensive gadget. He's no longer edible now. Probably because of the speaker. I love how cocky / derpy he looks like this. It's cool. Interesting story. Imitation crab. Single use, disappears after use. Destroyed by skeletons permanently, disappears after a while. Interestingly, this is the first one that doesn't actually tell us its toughness. Because we have seen, like... Yeah, even you have a toughness. Why does an imitation crab have a toughness? Like, I understand he imitates the first turret in your conveyor belt, but the thing is, if you get, like, the doppelganger achievement, and you've seen him, he gets attacked, he doesn't instantly die. Like, he has a certain amount of toughness, but for some reason they don't list it. I'm sorry to say it, but you're gonna have to fix that, because I don't agree with the fact that he doesn't have any toughness. He does, by himself, if you play with him right, have his individual toughness. Single use, disappears after use, destroyed by skeletons permanently, disappears after a while, we all know this. Cooldown is 90 seconds. That explains why I can use these a lot faster with that. Okay. Temporary turns in the first turn on your conveyor. Oh, and our bigger one. Sometimes our field research associates... Why do all the gadgets have such bigger bios? Sometimes our field associates get captured by humans and end up on a sushi belt. Sushi! We once organized a rescue mission to extract an intern from behind enemy lines. When we peeled open the prison cell, referred to as a sushi rolls by humans. Fair enough. All we found inside was this chunk of protrude flesh. This molted amalgamation of red and white. This parody of crab outline. Oh. That explains why it looks like it's in a sushi roll. I actually never noticed that before. I just thought he looked like a bit of a crazy guy that was trying to, like, be a copycat. But no, he's the insides of all the fish turrets. That explains why he's an imitation crab. And why he's got, like, those googly eyes. Because he's probably, like, halfway dead. That's actually pretty crazy. That's actually kind of grim. As well. That thing was quite an impressionist, though. Oh. Studios are hiring it to replace big name actors in low budget sequels. No. No, not FNAF 3. No, don't do that. Oh. I'm kidding. FNAF 3 is probably going to be a fucking banger. Just right next to FNAF 2. Which I'm excited for. I'm not going to see it in theaters, though. I never go to the theaters anymore. It's not worth it. Oh, this one has a sound effect, too, when he gets booted. Yeah, why is that? Is that a glitch or is that on purpose? I don't know. Well, I guess some of them don't really have a sound effect, but... I mean, you could technically have one, I guess. I don't know. Lionfish. I love the design. He looks like he's about to shoot his spikes for damn sure. Look at the design on him. He looks actually really happy when you see him like this. Damage is deadly. No, I'm not sure I agree with you saying it's the same damage, considering the fact that... I mean, your range is longer, but... I mean, considering the fact that... Yeah, it doesn't even say kills. is like, I feel like you should make this damage a lot bigger, or like rework the damage mirror, because it's totally not the same damage. Half the time, like, this will only do half the damage that Blobfish is even capable of, or even like much worse if you have to distribute it against like all the different skeletons. I don't agree with that damage. I just don't. Even a single lionfish couldn't even take out a boomerang, and yet Blobfish could take out like 5. So, yeah, you need to fix that. That I do not agree with. And even if you're saying it's like the same damage between all 5 in correlation to how much it is equal to a single Blobfish, again, that's a fat lie. Disappears after use, damage deadly. I don't agree with you. Range short, hovers over lakes. Really? Really? Huh. Well, I would have never have guessed that. Shoots out 5 spikes to be distributed between all skeletons in an area. Deals massive bonus damage if only one skeleton is in its vicinity. Again, I don't agree with that. Just making sure we're still going. Cooldown 60 seconds. Alright, so it's like longer than you. I honestly think you need to rework Lionfish. I find him to be only somewhat useful. I'd rather use Blobfish any day in comparison to Lionfish, but then again, I guess he's supposed to be like that on purpose because he's free. But I just feel like his damage should be a lot more than that because it's so bad. Half the time, I'd rather just use base turns instead of Lionfish. He's just not that good. As an invasive species, oh really? To our territory, lionfish have no natural predators. All members of the Marine Science Society... Whoa, that's a... Oh, I see. My bad. Receive mandatory training on how to eat a lionfish. We call the technique mouth to mouth. Okay. We call it... You bite at a lionfish's head so as to avoid its venomous spikes. This concludes your training session. Expect to receive your lionfish devourer certificate in the next 3 to 5 business days. Humans are also an invasive species, but they're not a lot harder to swallow. Wait, what? What I just actually know is what you just said. Or not much harder to swallow. What the fuck? Is there going to be a chopper in here? Are we actually going to be able to eat skeletons? That's actually a really cool spoiler if that's true, but we got cannibalism. I loved the bit where you're just like teaching me how to safely eat a lionfish. I don't know if that's true. Let me know if that's true. That's funny. Zappy Jelly. That's a cute name. Single use, disappears after use, hovers over lakes. Again, would never have guessed that. Because, like, you think this would hover over lakes, which I guess, you know, isn't so. You think this could hover over lakes because look at the, like, little distance between that. Like, it's just not completely known to most of things, to be honest. So that's actually really nice that I'm reading these, because now I can, like, use Zappy Jelly a lot better. Single use, range is short. Stuns all skeletons in a close vicinity for 12 seconds. Glad we know that now. Clears all enemy projectiles. Resets enemy attack target. Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Briefly lights up all the surroundings. Wow, that is so much good stuff to know by reading all the blue stuff. Like, I feel like all the blue stuff is actually really useful data. And then, like, all the white bio is just funny stuff that you can read. Cost 15 pearls. Alright, what do you got? Local environment factors such as exposure to radiation have mutated this species of jellyfish. They demonstrate behaviors of S is societally communicate with each other via electromagnetic waves. I can read that one apparently. And emit shocks to stun their prey. My modification will simulate an overcharge of these subjects. I tried farming them for jelly, but that didn't work out. No jellyfish jelly for you. Heel snail. Ah, there we go. We're finally back to this. And there's just apparently not a hollow or frost. I tried. Let me know if there is one, and apparently there's an update for it or whatever, but I tried before in the past. That's just not available. Which again is like something that I'm really worried about that I might miss, because could you please make sure you put some there, or something to be like a tablet saying that's like not available upgrade or something, so that I'm not worried and I'm not thinking I missed something, because I swear I didn't miss anything. Toughness average healing. That's new. Actually, I don't think we have any else that says healing. Yeah, you never said healing. Oh. Do you think they're gonna add more turns or more gadgets to the game that can heal? That would be so cool. That would be so cool. Yeah, because look at this. Healing, soothing. Yeah, same healing. Toughness average. Healing, soothing. Range short. Repairs all adjacent turns over time. Healing effect does not stack with our... It doesn't! What? Oh my... If I knew that the whole time, How many people knew that the whole time? Are you serious? The healing effect doesn't stack? No! So you're telling me that it's the same healing I get? What? So it's the same healing effect that I would get from using a single heal snail on a single turret in comparison to if I use that same turret, but I put 3 snails near it. They would basically regenerate at the same pace? Oh my god, you're serious? The whole time, I thought they didn't do that. The whole time! I should have read this bio. I could have been utilizing heal snail so much better. I could have been using that so much better. Helps knocked out turns wake up faster. Yeah, that makes sense, because, you know, repairs them. Costs 30 pearls. I can't believe I've been using that the whole time so badly. Alice cargo once got captured and eaten by humans. You'd think humans had higher dietary standards. I mean, the French apparently love their escargot. After I reawakened its consciousness in this digital form and cleansed its shell of garlic, tomato remnants, Alice Cargo pledged to devote its existence to a well-being of others henceforth. Thanks to my modifications, its mucus will restore turns. Oh, that's what that stuff is. I always figured that it was like slime, but it's mucus? Okay. Its mucus will restore turns, armor, integrity upon solidifying. Let's hope humans won't feel incentivized to recapture escargot for skin products. Ew. I don't know how that would work, but I'd rather not think about that. The only thing I would have to say is that you should add in, because of the tips, it can also heal the player. Other than that, I feel like you nailed it. Longer range, it's tougher, spreads its healing mucus over a larger radius. Yeah, that explains the range. I don't know. Upgrade costs 10 pearls. Is it gonna... Wait, will it say, like... Nah, it doesn't. Like, it's probably the same thing of, like, healing effect does not stack. I cannot believe that, though. That's crazy. Hermit holster. Look at him. Oh my god, that's a beard. The whole time I thought that was, like, his mouth. That's a beard. Oh, it looks like a mouth to me, does it not? Does it not look like a mouth if you, like, zoom back out? Like, right here looks like like he's smiling a little. Oh, I'm never going to be able to unsee that. Toughness, bulky, damage, heavy. Damn, it's, like, nearly triple? No, it's, like, about double, actually. I was right, it's about double. It's like double the damage of like a pistol shrimp. Huh. Range medium. Same range. Toughness. Oh, it's extra tough too, which makes sense because he falls asleep. Shoots 2 jets at the same time. Falls asleep periodically. Walk by to wake up. Okay, you put that one in. Thank you for that. 85 pearls. Oh my, that's a huge bio. These bios are getting bigger. Okay. Alright. This old chap isn't a true musket. Don't count on getting pearls from him. Oh, you're referencing Muscle Beast. I see what you're talking about. Okay. Hermit crab wasn't always a reclusive. The reclusive that retreats into his shell at every opportunity. That seashell once belonged to his best friend, a atrocious snail, who was abducted by a human female and auctioned off by the seashore. When Hermit Crab spotted his friend's silhouette sinking back to the bottom, he crawled forth with indescribable delight, only to find an empty shell. Indescribable delight. Oh, man. With this water regine's increasingly affliction, the shell is withering away bit by bit, day by day. That's so sad. That's so sad. Oh, my God. That's so sad. I'm so sorry. That's why he hides in the shell? Because he misses his buddy? That's so sad. This is the same stats. Same stats. Stays awake for twice as long. I did not know that. Slows down skeletons with its attack. Slows down skeleton attackers upon contact. Wow, that's really good, actually. All that for a 20 pearl upgrade. That's crazy. More damage. Fires twice the amount of jets. Of water jets. Alright. Cost is 50 though. Damn, look at those guns. I love how it looks like he's holding guns here. That's crazy looking. This one looks like a coconut. I love how the shells look different. Like this one, this looks like a hermit crab. This one looks like a sea snail. This one looks like it's a coconut. And then this one looks like it's a light bulb or something. Ghostly cannot be hurt. Hold on, it's like... It's the same stuff. Also awakened by skeletons walking near him. Upgrade cost 35. I'm now thinking, like... Honestly, like, these two are actually... Now that I'm actually reading them... Not that bad of an upgrade. And in anything... The only thing that makes this one really good is the fact that he can't get hurt because he'll fall asleep and... Oh, skeletons! I thought it said ghosts. Okay, well, never mind. That's extremely a lot more useful. Oh my god, he's got a little mustache with his beard. Do they all have that? Not you, actually. You don't have that. Look at his little mustache and his little goatee. Oh my god. Sniper turtle. Damage, harmless. Oh, but he is bulkier, and he's got really good range. Shoots weak bubbles from a long distance away. Retreats in his shell when approached by you or skeletons. See, that one you put. You didn't put for the healing snail here for some reason. I'm not sure why. Costs 30. This guy plays it safe when gaming. He's one of those snipers preemptively turtling into a safe spot. Having grown to live in fear of the beach goers, starling and strangling. Strangle? That is strangle! Damn, what? Sniper Turtle dreads the presence of humans. He also hides from you because you resemble a human hand. Ha! Clever! And I can't get him to go to therapy. That's clever! I love how he has a little island on his back. Oh, he's also got like a little spark in him. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at how the island changes. Oh my gosh. Woo! Alright, what's the difference between the frost? Oh, okay. No difference. Slows down skeletons with its attacks. Slows down skeletons upon contact. Interesting. That is actually really good considering the fact that he'll just hide away. Damage is more, and he's got longer range. Fires more powerful water jets, from a greater range. Cost is 25. Oh yeah, cost was 15 here. Sorry. Ghostly cannot be targeted. Is there a difference? Nope, same damage. Only hides from ghost skeletons such as Captain Phantom. That's actually really good. That's like nearly in certain levels. In fact, in most levels, will never hide. But then again, like you can't get hollow anywhere else unless it's like, you know, via the shop. Upgrade cost is 5. Oh, I just realized something. Whoops, not here. It's a. If you look at the bottled hollow elixir, and then you look at the graveyard, just to show you, we have 3 bars. We have 3 inventory slots for elixirs. They've given us a new elixir every single. Whoops. Every single biome. Just barely works that way for the treats. So, do you think that over time, we're going to get new slots for elixirs? Or they're going to give us a way to preset up which elixirs we start the battle with? Either way sounds extremely cool to me. But there's gotta be something more to it. Right? Right? Crab trap. Alright, toughness average, range short, ignored by most skeletons. What? Stays knocked out for a long time. Grabs a single skeleton nearby to prevent it from attacking. Becomes vulnerable when it's standing to grab. Wait, standing to grab onto a skeleton. Cannot hold skeletons that are gigantic or minuscule. That makes sense. Okay, so that explains what you meant by low profile. Because, yeah, I guess that makes sense, but you never really notice it because they always seem to, like, grab them the moment they get close to hitting them. So it's just never become apparent, I guess. Cost 40 pearls. A bigger one. This model was converted from a previous unknown species of crab, non-native to this region. Upon its discovery, my initial fear was that it tried to latch onto my big intelligent head. Unexpectedly, the subject utilized its big, meaty claws. What did you say, punk? Big, meaty claws! Oh, shit. Ew. Spat on my screen there. That's a SpongeBob reference, by the way. Did you know that you put that on there on purpose? To make insensate clicking sounds, depriving me of sleep. What? I decode most of the clicking to be concerning in herbivorous ursid. It was deemed unnecessary to perform a memory wipe on the subject so that I could fully embrace its new robotic life. What? I don't know. What's the difference between these two? Okay, you get slightly bigger range. Alright. Grabs up to 2 skeletons. We do notice that. Oh my god, the range is much bigger on the hollow? What? All skeletons ignore this turret and walk through it. Wow. I guess that does make sense though when you think about it. Huh. Okay. Navy SEAL. Oh yeah, crab trap, I forgot. Did I say sniper turtle or anything? I don't know. Damn, I love crab trap though, he's so useful. Navy SEAL. Toughness, average, damage, harmless? Really? Really, this guy's weak damage? I guess that, yeah, I guess we've seen that over time. Range is long. Lobs explosive bubbles over obstacles at groups of skeletons. Struggles to hit fast-moving skeletons. Huh. Interesting, so he's got like a slow attack speed then? Alright. Cost 70 pearls. Having served as a warship turret, Navy SEAL maintained a previous sense of childlike wonder. He likes to blow bubbles. Okay. Navy SEAL hates holes. Holes in bubbles ain't good. Holes kill bubbles. Navy SEAL was dumbfounded when he heard humans call him wholesome. He prefers the word handsome. Okay, he's handsome. He is. I especially love how handsome he looks with his little navy hat. It's cool. Oh, look at the hat change there, and look at the he's got like a little. Oh, that's what he uses to blow bubbles. Clever. Dang, he looked like he went like to admiral rank right there. And like he just looked like he became a wizard here. Alright, what's the difference? Bubbles slow down skeletons in a large area. Nearly double the price for that. 50 pearl from 70. Jeez. Same price too. What's the difference? More damage. Bubbles deal bonus damage to skeletons in a larger area. Alright. Upgrade cost is 50, so it's the same. This one's free though, which is crazy. Ghostly cannot be hurt or targeted. Bubbles light up the areas where they land. Yeah, that's I do notice that quite a bit. That's quite cool. Look at the upgrade here. He looks like he went full on like warlock stats. Look at like his facial hair too and everything. Cool. Right, the pearl tree. You make a sound effect. Alright. Toughness, frail. Well, I guess that's your way of saying instant kill. Yeah. Yeah, because all these others definitely did not say that. Range is short. Oh, you're talking about like your annoyance range. Fragile. Destroyed by skeletons permanently, disappears after a while. More like when he does... Takes time to grow, then bursts into a cluster of pearls. Maybe you should pick the, like, disappears thing, but I mean, you're technically right. Cries and attracts nearby skeletons to attack. It costs 20 pearls. There's certain times where he's useful. By granting a ping pong tree sponge onto an oyster. By grafting? Oh, grafting. Onto an oyster, I have created a new pearl farm device. No more will field researchers spend pearls cautiously, proclaiming that stuff doesn't grow on trees. The inclusion of an oyster over other species of mollusks is advantageous as an imitation factor. Notable human figures have been known to exhibit an irrational fear of oysters. Some humans perceive the entire world as an oyster. Is that why they come toward it? Because they fear what he can become? Oh yeah, he is an oyster. I thought that was always a nut. Oh my god. The way that one moves in comparison is like kind of creepy looking because like the flashes with it. Upgrade 0 disappears after use. Instantly grows fully, yielding bigger pearls. So it's like you instantly spend your elixir, you get your my back plus 40. You get your total my back plus like double. It's like a benefit of waiting for getting double the amount, which is like good at certain times, but it's like it's honestly not always the best thing to go for. Frogfish disappears after use. Oh my god, I just noticed there's those tabs on the side. If it's a gadget, could you please say something, if you don't plan on doing it, that says cannot be upgraded? That's starting to actually really get on my nerves. That's actually really starting to like bother me that I might miss stuff. Alright, single use disappears after use. Range is very long. Interesting. So it's like the biggest range so far. Collects all pickups within direct reach of its tongue. Then duplicates... Oh, direct reach. That's why you can't go over walls. Then duplicates some of the pearls that were fully reeled in. Yields more profit from larger pearls. Yeah, that's what I figured. Cooldown is 20. Okay, so he's the best cooldown so far. We sometimes host eating contests that grant free entry to desperately hungry critters, where they duel one-on-one. Whoever eats the other contestant wins. What the? Cannibalism? I entered one such contest in the aftermath of paying my student loan. My itsy-bitsy opponent, Trevor, managed to devour me whole. Well, how are you still here then? While bathed in his stomach acid, I woke up to Trevor's potential at gulping up mass loads of pearls. I vomited inside him. He got spit out, then proceeded to nab this frog for a talent. So you made this thing based on the fact that this is the same kind of creature that ate you? That's kind of grim. I love how we're getting like a bit of the dark humor in some of these things. This frogfish is so cool looking. Look at the little electricity here. Lanternfish. Toughness is average, so it's like the same as like a normal turret. Range is medium. Lights up a large vicinity around. I don't know if it's large if you're saying it's medium. Cost is 15 pearls. Lady Luna is technically an anglerfish, but picked up the more glamorous Physidium of Larenfish. As a perfume experiment, she volunteered to be mechanized so that she can process and blend chemical compositions into the most skillful manner conceivable to fish kind. She fulfilled her lure with her latest bioluminescent fragrance, specifically designed to attract big, strong male anglers that are oh so rare. It's been 2 years and she's still single. Okay, well, sorry that didn't work out for you. Oh, damn, the bulkiness the toughness went way up. The range didn't go up too much, but damn. See, that's long range, and that's, like, tough. And it regenerates health on its own? That's crazy insane. Cost of 10 pearls. That's, like, nearly double the amount, but damn, that's a cheap cost. Light covers a large area. Light bypasses terrain obstacles. The range is... Oh, the range is the same between you two. Periodically produces planktons. Oh! Light bypasses terrain obstacles and it costs 0. Interesting. I love how this one has more of like an actual like light bulb, like a street light. That's so cool. I also love how most of the ghostly ones have like all these like spirit eyes. Oh my god, look. His thing lights up. Look, look, look. It lights up. That's so cool. He even has like a little death skull there. Death ray. Toughness average. Damage is deadly. I'll give you that. His hits are almost like instant kill for most things. But then again, if it's not instant kill, I feel like Blobfish needs to have something more than just saying deadly. Or maybe, I don't know, decrease the... like, make the damage scaling a lot better or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it represents it that well, I guess. Range is long? Really? I never realized they had long range, actually. Levitates over lakes? Yep, I know that. Stays knocked out for a long time. Takes a while to charge up each shot, then deals massive damage to a single skeleton. Costs 120. It's useful, but only at certain times. Todd was once excessively friendly towards humans. After getting stomped on too many times by human feet, he uprooted his once blissful life in sandy shallows to relocate deep down. Whoa! Actually using the locations for lore. Interesting. I wonder if that means like this turret was originally intended to be in the first biome. Deep down, far away from human presence, only to find more humans in Twilight Zone. Oh, ain't that the way? Ain't that the way the cookie crumbles? It's such a shame. He has requested that I upgrade his stinger into the most destructive death ray laser obtainable as a means of Catharas. Okay, that explains that. Oh, it's the same stats. Okay. Average toughness average, deadly. Whoa. Look at the spots and look at like the bolts on that one. Dude, even the skull. Dude. Hovers over lakes, stays knocked out for longer. Shot stuns skeletons next to the target. Oh, and slows down all skeletons in a large vicinity. Interesting. So he slows down targets near him, He's slowing skeletons near him, and he also, like, slows down those that he hits. Huh, that's actually really good. I wish I knew that earlier. Same stats. Alright, what do we got? Charge up 3 separate weaker orbs to be split between targets. Oh, wait, they're weaker? Oh, well then I'm not sure if that's really that good anymore. I think I'd rather have the single-use stun method. Yeah, I don't know if that's better. That gives me a lot to think about. I love how this one has, like, little teeth. Oh my god, the way that, like, those light up is so cool. Alright, cost 40. What about you? Another cost of 40. Same stats, except you cannot be hurt or targeted. Whenever a turret gets knocked out, recharge the next shot by a good amount. Alright, so there's another, like, good benefit for, like, the hollow version. I love how he's like a skeleton, like, he looks like he's been torn to shreds. So cool. Alright, what do we got? Hammer Shark. Single use disappears after use. Parasitic can be placed on our turret. Oh, we've been doing a lot of reading today, haven't we? Oh boy. Place on top of an hour turn to demolish it, refunding its cost, costing you 5 in the process. So technically a refund minus 5. So, you know, like a tax, but I guess it makes sense if it's going to refund it to you. Does not refund elixirs, but refunds the upgrade cost. Whoa. When used inside Graveyard, refunds turret card and elixir. Okay, that's actually really good to know. Because I did see we get the elixir back, so that was something I was actually going to probably use, but seeing as you won't give me my elixir back, it's probably not worth using on upgraded turrets then. Yeah, unless it was about to get reaped. That's interesting how we'll give him the upgrade cost back, though. Huh. Absolutely fits all the stereotypes. Would literally eat anything within detection range of its Amphlug of Lorizini? Lorizini? You'd be right to fear him. Fear keeps you alive. Despite paying yearly visits to crowded beaches around the globe, never taking sleep breaks. Hammer Shark is still statistically less deadly than other natural predators of humans, such as falling coconuts and vending machines. What? Is that a foreshadow for some skeletons for later? We should build some around the lab as a security system against human intrusion. Or are you just saying that because you want a vending machine? That would be a cool skeleton, though. Could you imagine a vending machine skeleton? That would actually be kind of cool. I'd actually be down to figure out what you could do for that. Alright, what do we got? Next. We're actually really close to finishing all the bios of all the turrets. So that's pretty cool. Alright, Lobby Leviathan. Toughness extreme. Not even deadly what did I tell you? Like, I guess his damage is deadlier, but in comparison to, like, the long term of things. Oh, that's damage. Hold on. Oh, that's toughness. Okay, his damage is deadly. Never mind then. Never mind. Toughness extreme, damage deadly, range very long. It doesn't instant kill everything, which is again why I think you need to fix that, because by saying that, you're saying this is the same damage as this and this. which is so not true, as well as this. Gigantic, occupies more space. It's interesting how you said more space instead of just like a 4x4 area. Does that mean we're going to get turrets that can later get like a 1x2 area? Get a weird elbow piece of like a Tetris piece of a square minus a 1x1's block? Or maybe you're saying it can get to a 3x3 area. I don't know. A lot of interesting ideas that come out of that little note there. Range is very long. Inflation. Cost increases with each purchase. Again, like if you're going to put that here, doesn't that mean we're going to get this later? I feel like there's a lot of foreshadowing here. Stays knocked out for a long time. Lobs explosive orbs at faraway skeletons. Focuses energy beam at a single close-by skeleton. Increasing beam intensity the longer it's knocked out. Oh, so you're saying like that's why it has deadly damage? Well, if that's the case, I feel like you should have like... Well, I guess this kind of explains it, but I feel like you should have like a thing that's saying like this is the damage for this and this is the damage for this. But again, I guess it doesn't really matter. Barrier requires charging. Definitely would not malfunction and turn against you before the final wave. Completely safe. So that's how I'm supposed to figure out it's the final wave. So again, it's going to happen for every final wave? Well then that would make the other boss a whole lot tougher. Maybe I should consider bringing him in for the last boss that I did. Maybe. Cost is 200. Okay, well that's a lot. That's crazy. He's meant to malfunction. So, yeah. Well, that's concerning for the future. Little is known of what a living lobby leviathan was like, as its species is believed to be extinct. However, records concerning this behemoth have been inscribed in cave-dwelling dolphins dating back to prehistoric times. This is a big one. Lobby leviathan lives solitary, nomadic lives, as a region's food supply could scarcely sustain a single leviathan's aggressive predation to sustain its natural growth rate of 10 pounds per hour. The leviathan never bothered with praise our size. Ancient dolphins regarded this fearsome creature with revere, as a leviathan's presence safeguarded us from our larger natural predators. The leviathan's roar can be heard 5,000 kilometers away. What is this? Are we getting a bio or are we having a history lesson? Relying our ancestors from far and wide to gather under its refuge, leading to the formation of early dolphin civilizations. The Leviathan was biologically immortal, thanks to... Wait a minute, what? Are you saying we're going to get an immortal turret in the future because this is the lobby version? I don't know, maybe. Thanks to Tessamorel indefinitely delaying its cellular census? 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 I don't know. The Leviathan was also depicted to rock a beard that looked like you. What? That beard... Those are tentacles, brother. That don't look like no beard to me. For all its majesty, humans have insultingly named it Blop. Blop? Bloop? Like a blooper? That's a Leviathan, brother. Or if anything, I would call that a Kraken. Or even an octopus. I have no idea why you'd think I would call it that. Charge station. Another one that's going to cost stuff later, which is probably going to go into like... I bet these two are going to have like their own separate minigame or something in the future. We actually have to pay for them. Is it just me or does he have two different sounds? Yeah, those are different tones. Am I wrong? Toughness average. Charge station. Bring depleted Leviathan battery here to recharge. It has a different use in the grave. Oh my god, you actually tell me right here. Charges up turret pods so that they can be placed inside the graveyard. Too short to be hit by passing projectiles while idling. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that actually. Cost 20 pearls. A large swarm of jellyfish was migrating past the Leviathan's resting ground. I managed to catch a selected few. Whose charge got depleted by your bodily contact. These jellyfish share a resonating connection with the Leviathan and are well suited as a field power source for when the Leviathan's hunger wells up. Huh. Siren. Oh, I love using the siren. I don't use it too much, but it's a really cool looking turret and everything. Toughness, average, range, medium, deep slumber. Causes nearby skeletons to walk towards her song, ignoring everything else along the way. Every time you say that, I always think they're going to walk into the drink. If unable to reach Siren, skeletons will attack a close-by turret instead. Cost 60. Many wish she was bipedal like her Minotaur father. She once looked into surgically splitting up her tail as a responsible mermaid who took the sing of legal contracts seriously. Oh, so we're talking about a mermaid. Okay. She carefully read through the doctor's constant form and noped out of that operation because of a risk of vocal cord damage. Oh, okay. She did not put the same kind of deliberation towards grasping the full implications of my legal jargons, though. A significantly long terms and conditions does that to an impatient teen who's just trying to sign up for a social site. Now she's stuck in my operation at the risk of itching throat, skeleton-induced injuries, and death. Yikes. Should have listened. Shouldn't have let fame get in the middle of your life. That's also like cool. They say it's like from a mermaid. That reminds me, like there's something on HBO Max I gotta watch. I'm pretty sure you heard of it. It's called Siren, and like for the longest time I've been so fascinated by like the idea of it. Like mermaids in general are like such pretty creatures, and then like the fact that like they turn in like these sirens in certain areas in like mythologies and such, I find so cool. It's like it's sort of like the whole idea of like, for most horror movies, for me, it's like I don't ever trust anyone so nice and generous because I just know they're having some very bad initial killer instincts inside there. Which again, we get off of like certain jump scares from FNAF with just like the face plates opening and whatnot. I just find it so nice to be like, you know, don't trust a book by its cover. Longer range, okay. Regenerates health over time. Attracts skeletons over a greater distance. Cost of 40. Alright, same range. When a skeleton has reached Siren, it snaps out of her charm. Cost is 10. Cannot be hurt or targeted. Cool. Look at the little bone in your hair. Love the speakers. Oh my god, the mouths on that one. No, that's cool. That's creepy cool. I also love how she has like a little microphone on her. This one, it's more like an orb. Shooting star. Toughness, average. Damage, harmless. Range, short. Ignored by most skeletons. Damages all skeletons that walk near it. Skeletons will not attack it. Lights up a small vicinity around it. So it's on purpose. Good. Glad we could finally confirm that. Costs 30 pearls. The shooting star was once happy, floating near the surface, staring at the stars above. Then I captured it and made it into a turret. Don't worry, sea stars are not... What? Sea stars are not intelligent enough to grieve over their loss of freedom. At least I don't think they are. Hold on, isn't that similar like a plant guide? Like a plant bio? Come on, where's the sea shroom? There it is. Yep. There are some sad things in here, though, I gotta say. Some sad bios. But it is cool info, nonetheless. Oh, I love the design of this one. Dude, look at it. It's like a snowflake. It's so cool. Okay, it's the same stats. What's the difference? Slow down skeletons with its attack. Makes sense. Cost is 20. Okay, it's bulkier. It has greater range, and it's got more damage. So now its toughness is bulky, damage is average, and its range is still short, but it's bigger. Yeah, it's like twice as big, almost. Ignored by most skeletons. Regenerates health on its own. Very impressive. Oh my god, look how many eyes it has. It's like a double sea star. It's like a double shooting star. That's crazy cool. It's got more eyes in the back. I just saw that. That's cool. Performs an additional attack which covers a larger radius. Really? It has 2 attacks. Upgrade cost is 15. Huh. Interesting. Oh, look at his little eyes. He's a little watchdog. He's so cute. Look at his little doghouse. Watchdog. Ghostly, cannot be hurt or targeted. It's also interesting to say that this is the only turret so far that's instantly been upgraded. Do you think they're going to do that for other ones later? I don't know, maybe. That would be a good way to, like, avoid being, like, you know, actually, no, that wouldn't, because, like, you can't re-upgrade a turn or something like that, can you? I don't know, I'm just saying things. Whoa, wait a minute. There may only be 1 elixir left. Look. The tabs are actually running very thin to the bottom. Either these are going to have to be pushed up, or they're going to have to say that there's only 1 elixir left. This can't be the last elixir, though, right? Right? No, I bet there's going to have at least, like, a burning elixir, like, I don't know, something like that. Considering that next we're going to Volcanic Ridge, right? Yeah, we're going to Volcanic Ridge X. So I think the perfect opportunity would be, like, a flaming elixir. Like, we have Frost, Mutant, Hollow. Flame would be next. At least that's what I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. They could impress me with something much better. Alright, cannot be hurt or targeted. Range is very long. Cost increases with each purchase, but it does seem to cap out at some point. So that's something you could add. Because it does seem to cap out at 60, I've noticed. Fetches pickups across a huge area and brings them to you. Identifies all enemies within collection range via beacons. Ah, that explains the little radio. The little Yeah, and the little antenna or radio beacon. Yeah, that was it. Cost 0 pearls at first. Howie was a vicious dogfish shark and a good boy. Good bayou? Bio? Buoy. A good buoy. Yeah, that's the word. He was such a good buoy that his ghost transcended the limits of natural order and lingered around my lab, allowing me to immortalize him into a torrent. Now he can remain by our side till the end of time. Howie loved chewing bones. His teeth would phase right through those bones. His teeth would phase right through those bones? Oh, yeah. Now, but he'd still howl excitedly when he spots a large pile of bones walling away. Oh, that's why he notifies us. That's a clever way to put that for the lore. That also explains why he has a little bone to his little thing there. Cool. Alright, last one. Harvest barley. Single use disappears after use, hovers over lakes. Did not know that. Instantly collect all pearls, coins, and elixirs across the entire map. Lights up a small vicinity around it. I didn't know that either. Cost is 5 pearls. Very impressive cost. Researchers believe that in order to look smart, Barley turned his forehead transparent to display his brain. What brain? I don't see a brain. Problem is, he doesn't have much of a brain to exhibit. That's what I just saw. So, he was that my stomach? Oh my god, it's almost 2:30. How long have I been reading this? Oh my god, it's almost been 2 hours. I mean, I knew I'd be here a while, but I actually didn't think I'd be reading these for that long. We only got halfway through all this. This is ridiculous. Next time, I'm just going to read it immediately when it enters the guide. Immediately once it hits this manual. Okay. I understand why you call it a manual, too, because there's some good info in here. Okay, so, doesn't have much of a brain, so he relocated his eyeballs into his cranium to be disguised as a gigabrain. It is not fooling anyone in the slightest. You can totally tell those are eyeballs. Those are eyeballs. There is no brain inside this thing. Not working. His neutrils can stay outside and pretend to be his eyes. Oh, his nostrils. Wait, you're telling me we're supposed to see his nostrils as eyeballs? You're kidding me. I haven't even thought of that in the slightest. Even still thinking about it. I just can't see it. I can't without like the retinas or anything. Like those are eyeballs. Those are eyeballs. Those are eyeballs. Those are eyeballs because you can see like the eyebrow and everything. Those are eyeballs. See the cornea, the iris tells you the whole story. Like there's your iris. That's a nostril. I don't know how you're supposed to fool anyone with that. And pretend to be his eyes. While his eyes can still glance past his see-through skull. So everything worked out fine. Don't let anyone tell you Barley did all that just so that he could look upwards without having to turn a few degrees. Okay. I won't. Damn, bro. What the heck? Okay, there are more turns, thank God, than the skeletons. So this will not be as long. Regular skeleton. Toughness average. Damage heavy. Well, that explains a lot. Range is short. Speed average. Now we got speed factors. moves towards you and hits your turrets with a sword along its way. Homo sapiens can end up in the ocean for a variety of reasons. Some rode on incompletely built transports. Some thought the best part to rob others is apparently over water. Some simply decided to stay submerged for an extended period of time despite being incapable of aquatic respiration. Regardless, the seas are our territory and we're knocking those colonies dead. Oh, colonizers dead. That's... Okay, I get what you're saying. I'm now starting to understand the premise of why you decide to use skeletons and everything. Alright. Well, my TV turned off because I've been over here for too long. Alright, well, that's cool. I understand the whole, like, want to stare under the water thing. Like, when I was, used to swim a lot, one of the fun things I loved to do was, like, get a thing of goggles that went over, like, my eyes and nose. And, like, try and go under the water for probably about almost a minute straight, maybe half a minute at the most. And just, like, swim around and just, like, observe the serenity and, like, also just see if I can, like, see how far down I can dive and whatnot. I have, like, obviously know that it's dangerous and you shouldn't do it for too long, but, you know, sometimes you're like, you can't help it, I get that, but, I mean, it's a good thing English read us this one book, which was, about this kid who, I don't know if you heard it, but he loved to do the same thing I said I do. And he would do it for, like, an entire minute straight. And then after that, he would keep going, and he would go, like, basically exceeding it for, like, 5 seconds or so, I think it was. And then eventually get him to do it for, like, 3 minutes straight, to the point where he was eventually, like, bleeding his lungs out. And that's literally what it said, word for word. And he would still survive, and come back. And I think after that, he would either end up going back and dying, or he would just never do it again. So this is why I'm like, know your cutoff, and don't push it, or you will be paying for it. So, you know, don't end up like the regular skeleton, apparently. It's a true story, by the way. It's a true story. I don't know where it's based off of, but it was a story we read in English, so I don't know why they made us read that. Bandana skeleton. Toughness average. It's the same damage, range, and speed. Comes for you and you alone. Ignores and walks around turrets. Will only attack turrets when there is no way to reach you. That explains why you always pick the shortest path possible. This human seems keen on reaching you. I guess pirates wearing headbands have a stronger desire to socialize. Don't think they should put an end to their already suspended biological function. Don't think they should put an end to their already suspended biological functions ASAP. Oh, so you're just saying, like, they're a lot more dangerous than the default because of that? I love that they use a bandana, actually, to represent... Like, look at this. Bandana. No bandana. 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 There's no bandana, but, bandana. Bandana. I love how they use that to represent all the ones that can target you. And, of course, we've seen bandanas for, like, you. I think you've had bandana. You've had bandana. But the thing it works, like, for that is it's like... You know, that tells you whether it's exclusive... to coming after you first or not. Like this, it's like, it's always going to, he's always going to come after you, but then later he'll, like, wear off. Always after you, always after you, always after you, always after you. It's very clever. Always after you. Same damage and everything, it's just, bulky. toughness instead. It's like 3 times the amount. It's like an actual buckethead, like a... And then this is like double the amount of like the helmet. Alright, where's the protective helmet? That grants it extra toughness. Helmet skeleton's head adornment bears a resemblance to herbious land creatures. According to my ornithological studies, such headgears came from an ancient Scandinavian human civilization. They must have voyaged a long way to end up here. If those guys are the Poyas type. Pious? Poyas? I don't know. Invoking your name might get him to chill out a bit. My name's Gabe. Gabriel Farnham. Gabriel Patrick Eugene Farnham. You want that? You want me to keep saying that? What do you mean by name? My nickname's Gabe. And I gave that to myself just because... I don't know. You read the Bible and it's like Gabriel, Gabe. Seems like a pretty good standard. Once you hear it, you just never switch back. So I just usually just say Gabe from now on as my name. Full name is Gabriel, though. Well, I mean my actual name. But it just seems so much easier, though. Doesn't it? It just, it's such a great nickname. And then, like I said, I gave it to myself. My friends never gave it to me. My parents never gave it to me. They had other ideas in mind. That's actually what I went for. I don't even know how I came up with it. Just one day it just came to me. I was like, Gabe. There you go. That's probably how I came up with it. Oh my god, the shield has a little skull on it. How cute. Toughness, bulky, damage, heavy is the same amount of like the level of toughness scale, but it's like twice as tough. Carries a shield in addition to its helmet for insane durability. Considering humans are not muskets, they possess no external skeletons. All the more reason for them to whip out and carry protective gears. I get the Molsket NV2. All the armor we have to build just to attain a fraction of that resilience. Cannon. What's the difference? Less damage, greater range, and he's slower. Oh, and he's stronger too. Toughness average, damage average, range medium, speed slow. Interesting. I never knew that. Shoots cannonballs from a distance away. Humans constructed ranged weaponry to bolster their power. This particular weapon is far too powerful to be used for food acquisition. Conclusion: humans specifically built cannons to fight each other. No, it's unthinkable for any species to put that much resources towards infighting. Is that a word? Okay. New conclusion: humans are gathering up resistance against an alien civilization that desires galactic dominance. Is that a foreshadow? No, we invented cannons because pirates made cannons. Bomb barrel. Toughness is frail. Damage is deadly. I did notice that, yeah. Range is short, and his speed is sonic. Going sonic speed! Gotta go fast. Rushes forward and explodes when close by. Lights up a small vicinity around it. Oh, I didn't know that. According to our past studies, barrels are an equipment humans use for storing sustenance. Looks like gunpowder is a part of humans' regular diet. No, it's not. What incommensurable monsters are we going against here? We don't eat gunpowder! Rotor. Toughness is bulky. Ooh. The only thing that's worse is speed for this guy. Rotor skeleton. Toughness, bulky, damage, deadly, range short, speed slow. Levitate, hovers over lakes. Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, we noticed that. Flies over terrains, heat blasting everything underneath. These are shorter bios than most. This rotor isn't like the others from human naval vessels. This one has aerodynamic. Aerodynamic? Yeah, I think that's it. Shapes. Bad news for the rest of the universe. Humans now possess gadgets designed for flight. Let's hope they leave the ocean alone while they chase the stars. Missile skeleton. Wait, do you think that means we could have like aliens versus skeletons for like a, I don't know, extra game mode or something? I don't know. Missile skeleton. Toughness, bulky, damage, deadly. How does it compare? EK. He's slower. Oh my god, his range is so long. Launches a tracking missile that follows after you, passing through turns. Yep, we noticed that. Our latest field encounter affirms the fact that humans have developed advanced long-distance weaponry. A bit similar to my turrets in design. These launchers unleash some sort of automated chasing mechanism that puts on relentless pursuits. Humans probably created the tool for hunting down those chickens they like to eat so much. That's not what they developed those for. They developed those for war and only war. Okay. Okay, he's stronger and I knew he was a lot more deadly. I always knew it. Toughness average, damage deadly, range is short, but his speed is fast? Really? He's got less range though. Good thing. Either spins in place. Oh, so that's not a glitch. That's supposed to happen. I'm glad I read that. Or spins forward, deflecting back turret projectiles. This racket skeleton carries an instrument used in a certain human physical game. I must assert that the game in question is vastly inferior to the traditional game of Pass the Seaweed invented by dolphins. We never involve pay-to-win components like expensive rackets in our game design. Pay-to-win? That's just the default equipment you need, pal. That ain't no pay-to-win. You gotta be kidding me. Come on. Toxic mortar. His damage is less, but his range is greater. And he's slower. Interesting. I guess that does balance him out. Toughness frail. Damage harmless. Range medium. Speed slow. Okay. Lobs mortar shells that soar over obstacles. Then split into a pool of poison. Leaves behind a pool of poison upon death. Yeah, I did notice that. The continent of this skull cap dude's flask has identical chemical compositions to the brine leaks nearby. Really? Interesting. Humans have been weaponizing that corrosive venom, or this could be a sort of exterminator gadget for dissolving creepy crawlies that take in the high ground. Oh my god, look at his little gauntlets. He's got like Oh, he's got like these little skull things on his little shoulders. It's so cool. Thanks to volatile nature of the chemicals in question, this machinery is subject to detonating upon sustaining slight damage. Okay, that makes sense. Diver skeleton. Okay, interesting. That's a different one. Yeah, these two seem to have like 3. Actually, most of them actually seem to have a sound effect. Huh. I wonder if that's a way you could try and attempt to do this whole thing without, you know, I guess that is like a way if you use your ears to figure out what skeletons are coming next without having to use a, you know, watchdog. It's pretty... Watchdog, I get it now. Oh my god. I get that. Diver skeleton. Toughness, extreme damage, deadly, range short, speed slow. Drill damage ramps up the longer it's locked on, submerges in lakes to avoid attacks. Unlike yours, the human respiratory system is unable to extract oxygen from water. Wonder why humans even dive underwater in the first place, considering they can't breathe down there? Yeah, I know. But that logic... Yeah, I know. By that logic, I don't belong in water either. But at least dolphins can hold their breath for 20 minutes and don't wear wadingly suits. They'd make surfacing difficult. Yeah, I mean, I guess we do it just to study aquatic life and just to like see what's down there because it's so pretty. But I mean, diver suits like that actually have a huge failsafe. Homed very bad countermeasures that will actually crumple the whole body inside the helmet. And it has been proven true by Mythbusters. It's a gruesome sight. Thankfully, not many of our divers have to experience problems like that, though. Thank God. Could you imagine? Toughness, extreme, speed, slow. He doesn't attack. Gigantic, occupies more space. Leaves behind a trail of poison, drops off skeleton crews as it gets damaged. Oh, as it gets damaged, you say? You know what that says? Gargantuar. Can't be slowed down. Oh, really? Okay, so... Gargantuar times 3 plus Zamboni. You know, with the imp. Alright, makes sense to me. This captain evictedly intended to run a tight ship to the point that his ship cracked. It baffles me that humans would wake up and decide to carry shiploads of radioactive cargo across our territory like a 4-year-old carrying a glass of kelp juice across a new carpet, ready to spill it into a full-blown ecological disaster. The contamination incurs on us adverse effects such as fin erosion, which is undesirable because fins are awesome. What? At least the ship's crew had to jump into this mess as well. Okay. Oh, interesting how these are like reverse imps because they're actually a lot stronger than most skeletons. Yeah, look at this. Toughness, average, damage, heavy, range short, speed slow. Comes off of leaky dropshifts. Receives damage with each leap. Oh, interesting. Sort of like a knight. You know, like how you like have to slam it down onto the board whenever you jump it. As their ship began discernibly coming apart, palpable fear spread it across the crewmates. They had given up on their futile tasks of patching the damage without an indefinable cause of their misfortune. The crew tossed blames at HR. Mutiny. One by one, their members were mercilessly ejected overboard, sorry. Their desperate act of barbarism was to no avail. As the ship's core went critical, no one was left aboard to hold back the eruption. Okay. Smoke sprayer. Toughness average, damage average, range is long, makes sense. Speed is fast. Okay, didn't know that. Sprays smoke in a straight line. Smoke, well, it's more like spray paint, but okay. Straight line. You cannot pass. Sorry, I meant you cannot place turns for a while after getting caught in the smoke. You cannot zoom out while covered in smoke. Smoke instantly drains Odin's illumination on contact. Really? I didn't know that one, actually. That explains why they're found in the Twilight Zone. We finally found the culprit who's been vandalizing nearby ships. Marine Science Society's verdict on terminating him has been met with oppression. Opposition? While many ship owners despise the sprayer's disgerency, some have come to regard him as an artist and even purchased ships he's painted on to add to their collections. Hull plates embezzled by his graffiti can be found framed in museums. Human art is emerging as a new artistic movement, with squid and octopus painters being particularly fond of imitating the sprayer style. Huh. Interesting. Oh my god, dude. This is taking so long. Yeah, I think that's why I'm so tired right now. Okay, we're so close. Come on, let's finish this up. Boomerang skeleton. Love the mustache and hair. Especially the little deputy badge there. Toughness, bulky, damage average, range short, speed slow. Throws a boomerang that changes directions in midair. Reverses your movement direction on hit. This human instrument incorporates curved wings that create unbalanced aerodynamic forces as they spin. It would bonk a prey on the head, then fly right back into the thrower's hands, so that human hunters, lazy slobs, don't even have to bend down and pick it up. I never thought of it that way. I always thought we made boomerangs because they look cool. Your sensory system is susceptible to being disorientated by the boomerang's spinny influence, because if what I heard is correct, and I know this sounds crazy, an octopus has 3 hearts, 9 brains. I knew the 3 hearts, but 9 brains? That explains probably why the cranium is so big. Both are multiples of 3, which is the number of blades this boomerang has. Oh my god, you. That's funny. Captain Phantom. Dude, look at the ghost souls illuminating off of him. Toughness, bulky, damage, heavy. Range short, speed slow. Levitate, hovers over lakes. Ghostly, cannot be hurt or targeted. Remains dormant and untouchable until he attacks you. Stuns target on hammer hit. While dormant, travels much faster and speeds up over time. I did notice that, actually. Species above a yet undermined intelligence threshold may manifest themselves in a translucent state after an irreversible session of brain functions. Most take on an undecomposed appearance, although this captain decided to be true to how he presently looks. This is how I only base my turrets on. Low intelligence life forms. I'd never experiment on another dolphin because I don't want to get haunted by one. I have unfinished business with you. Dude, wait, do that again. Did you see that? That's so cool. Look at how he like rips through the fabric of reality just to like come back to the world. That's so cool. Ah! Reaper skeleton. You nailed the design. You nailed the design. Toughness. Bulky, range short, speed fast. Levitates over lakes. Comes knocked out turns and destroys them permanently. This isn't an actual Reaper. He's just a skeleton who changed upon an ominous cloak and sharp scythe, which happens to be my turn's moral weakness. The only item in the observable universe that is capable of fully dismantling turrets. Really? Well, let's hope no other skeletons decide to use a scythe then, because otherwise that would get pretty grim pretty quickly. Unlike an actual Reaper, this guy doesn't have mandibles. I don't even want to find out what that word means. Nor does he go by the name Bill. Bill? That's got to be a reference to something. Bill the Reaper? Bill the Ripper. Oh my god, that's a song. No, it's not. Jack the Ripper's a song. What's Bill then? What the fuck is Bill? Bill Cipher? No. Maybe? No. I don't know. Tangler skeleton. Toughness average, damage average, range medium, speed slow, hovers over lakes. Yep, I saw that. Summons tentacles that disable your turns. Walk to the tentacles to release them. Why don't I venture to the front line myself? 1. If these paralyzing tentacles turn me unconscious, I would drown. I know that must be incomprehensible to you. If dolphins could afford a good night's sleep without drowning, we'd have taken over the planet by now. Oh, you're talking about you. I thought you were talking about the Tangler skeleton. I thought the Tangler skeleton was questioning why not to go with their tentacles. 2. The tentacles retract themselves in your presence because they consider you in their kin. Oh, interesting. I love the face paint for the skeleton on this one and how it looks like a mariachi skeleton. Hold on. Kill Fritz. And then look, it's like a little close and then it gets open. That's so cool. Toughness bulky, range very long, speed slow. Deploys after a short time, then lobs potions that grant other skeletons extra speed and protection. Creates weaker shields the more damage it has sustained. Can't be slowed down. This appears to be a human drink distribution facility complemented with a drive-through feature. It features liquid sustenance consisting mostly of caffeine. That's why the achievement said caffeinated. I got it. to bone-tired customers by tossing their orders directly onto their heads. Those energized potions pack a real punch, unlike the time my dumb cousin, Huck, mixed some chum with mud and claimed it was his super strength juice. He drank it and shot up at a fishing boat, knocked his head pretty hard, and had diarrhea afterward. Well, you shouldn't do that. Also, chum is made from fish, so cannibalism. The only thing they don't say here is that potion factories can also make you faster if you get caught in the blast. Crane Axotel. Axolite. Toughness extreme. But also extreme toughness. Oh, you were close, but I guess, see, that one's more making sense because this is a boss. Alright. Low priority. Always gets targeted last. Interesting. A flagpole situated at sandy shallows. Can't be slowed down, can't be stunned. Humans hang piece of fabric in the air as a simotet semiotic, I don't know, representations of their beliefs. You could have just said symbolic. This particular skull flag probably represents a fascination of morbidity, the motive behind their dedication to eradicating us sea folks. Presentedly, dead humans are still being railed around this pole, and as its flag flares in the sea waves. Okay. Dr. Craxon. Oh, he's got a little smiley face on this thing. Look at his machine and look at his nose. Everything is so cool. Well, I didn't know that. Low priority always gets targeted last, occupies more space. Scientist stranded at toxic wasteland. Receives a deflective shield while you are poisoned. Really? I didn't know that. I guess that's why he's always trying to make us poisoned with all these turns and everything. Can't be slowed down. That's also interesting. A colleague in science from a faraway land has somehow ended up here. Back in his days, Dr. Craxon had devoted monumental efforts towards studying a newly discovered, highly unsustainable mineral, which he dubbed Greenie. Greenie? Okay. While en route to transport a shipload of his scientific anomaly, he carelessly allowed Greenie to corrode through containment, sinking the research vessel. Thank goodness his chemicals aren't turpentine, acetone, and benzene. Benzene? Yeah, benzine. Benzene? I don't know. My turns wouldn't have stood a chance against those. Okay, you're trying to tell me something here. But I have literally no clue what you're talking about. Toxic Turret. Oh. Toughness average, damage deadly? Really? Oh, good thing I'd never had a problem with that. Range very long. Shoots a ball of acid that leaves behind a trail of acid and explodes on contact into a pool of acid. Explodes into multiple balls of acid after a while. Breaks boulder upon projectile impact. Oh. Leaves behind a pool of poison upon death. Dr. Craxon has proven to be more similar to us than I expected. He too believes in installing turrets into the battlefield. Oh, that's probably why he was friendly in the end, I guess. During your brief skirmish with him, you may have preconceived the option that his turrets are somehow superior to mine. Oh, they are? Suppositions of that sort are completely unwarranted, as my turrets are more diverse, more lively, and more merchandisable. You gonna make merchandise for all this stuff? Oh, I would love to see Bolt here on a t-shirt. Oh, that'd be cool. Captain Dollins. Oh my god, look at his little coffee mug. Kitties! Oh. Toughness extreme, low priority, always gets target last. So the bosses are always target last. Interesting. Gigantic, occupies more space, hovers over lakes. A submarine lost to Twilight Zone. Loses illumination upon sustaining substantial damage. Interesting. Can't be slowed down. Okay. Why the bosses not seem to be slowing down ever is probably because it's in their programming, I guess. Oh my god, this is a bigger one. I infiltrated humanity's digital database by hanging near a beachside Tim's to look up intels on the pilot of the sunken submarine, Captain Joseph Dollins. Was reported missing in action 24 years ago while serving aboard the RAS Ellipse. His sub participated in a classified underwater operation that I could find no info on. Like those humans search engines really sucked, and the videos had too many ads for my patience. Oh, I feel ya, I feel ya. Hello? Oh, well, I'm almost done reading this. Probably like 1 minute. Alright, well, you heard the man, I gotta go. Alright, where were we? Captain Dollins' funeral was hosted 1 year later by his 3 descendants. The eldest son, John Dollins, died soon after during a spaceflight alongside his wife and son. Either I've stumbled upon a major conspiracy, or this is one of those ARG thingies humans chit-chat about. What the heck is ARG? Oh no, Lord. Well, I did it. Oh my god. How long was that? Okay. Like 2.5 hours of reading. I've never read anything that long in my life. Oh my god. Well, that was this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. It was an experience. I'm hungry. I'm not recording anything else today. I'm going to go get my haircut. And with that said, tomorrow you will see me attempt the archaeologist achievement. It's going to be tough. We're going to be angry, but it's going to be fun. So with that said, peace out, gamers. I will see you next time. If you've watched this all the way to the end, give yourself a crisp pat on the back. Congratulate yourself for putting yourself through all this boring reading. But I hope you found some interesting info and tips along the way. And with that said, I'll see you next time. All right.